Let's talk about Jennika in my Ninja Turtles cinematic universe. Jennika is a lovely character that has a lot to do with the Foot Clan, and more specifically, the Foot Clan after Splinter had taken it over. Her story is so moving and so lovely that I want to include it in my Ninja Turtles universe, but I want it more fleshed out. I don't want her to be a late addition to the series, and so that is why I am combining the character of Jennika with the character Angel Bridge. In my universe, Jennika Bridge, the daughter of Brooklyn, co-founder of the Purple Dragons alongside Hun, aka Arnold Jones, Casey Jones's dad. She's a childhood best friend of Casey, and she's in the Purple Dragons with him. She is also one of the people who was mugging April on that fateful night, but unlike Casey, her resolve was hardened in the opposite direction. You see, Jennika, who had always been called Angel by her father Brooklyn, she was living up to a promise that she could never fully keep, or one that she didn't even understand. She was keeping a promise to her dad that she made on his deathbed that she would stay in the Purple Dragons and keep them as New York's #1 gang. So needless to say, when Casey eventually flips and becomes a vigilante fighting against the Purple Dragons, when that gets revealed, she turns on Casey entirely. And then, when Hun comes back into the picture, takes the Purple Dragons over again, and then bends the knee and folds that sect into the Foot Clan, she becomes a member of the Foot Clan and works directly under Karai. She would ditch her Purple Dragons uniform for this sort of uniform, only she would not be using the long finger claws for this outfit. She would be using Tekokagi, the same weapon that the Shredder uses, and the same weapon that Jennika uses later in the comics. She would just stick with that, as she would be amazingly gifted using that weapon. Jennika would be radicalized and become a die-hard member of the Foot Clan, even developing a relationship with Karai. And Jennika would stay steadfast loyal to the Foot up until Orokusaki's death at the hands of Hamato Yoshi. Eventually, Master Splinter would kill the Shredder and take over and reclaim the Foot Clan as his. And being who he is, Splinter would immediately begin mentoring this young woman. At this point, Jennika would be basically without parental guidance for going on 10 years. The only things even remotely parental she has felt since her dad died was Casey's shitbag dad and the Shredder. So when the loving, genuinely caring Hamato Yoshi enters her life and mentors her, he helps her mental health incredibly. He unradicalizes her, he teaches her to think for herself, he instills in her the good morals that he's instilled in his boys and the stuff that he's been teaching Casey this whole time. And then we just get this lovely arc of friend of one of the protagonists turned villain, turned back to hero, and now she doesn't know what to do with her relationship with the still villainous Karai. And then, yes, of course, I'm doing the thing. When Old Hob attacks New York with a mutagen bomb at an anti-mutant rally, turning all of the anti-mutant protesters into mutants, Jennika was there. Now, she wasn't taking part in the rally. She was there with the Turtles trying actively to stop it, but she gets gassed by the mutagen bomb and she mutates. And she becomes the Turtle sister wearing a yellow bandana and member of the Hamato clan. Terrified of what her girlfriend Karai would think upon this transformation, Jennika decides to go full deep into hiding and adopts an entirely new alias, and she just calls herself Venus de Milo. That's right, it's a 3 amalgam, it's 3 of them in one! That's the character arc, baby!